Showtime, showtime, showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you missed me. And yes, I'm back for the running of the final circle. Do you ever watch an esports broadcast, see the lights, the graphics, the casters going crazy and think, yo, this looks kind of smooth. Yeah, it looks smooth, right? But behind that perfect broadcast, chaos. Absolute organized chaos. Welcome back to the final circle, where we break down the stories, the secrets, and things that make esports what it really is, not just what you see on the live stream. Today we're going backstage, right? We're going backstage, literally the hidden side of esports, the side the fans never see. So let's start with this myth, right? That everyone backstage is chilling before the show. Bro, no. If you've ever been to a LAN event or even a small regional tournament, you know it's a pressure cooker. You absolutely know this. Players are doing warm-ups, coaches are double-checking strategies, production crews are running around like they're defusing bombs. One cable unplugged and you wonder, why is player 4's mic reading into the caster desk or production desk or the stage host or the MC? Something along those lines, And the funniest part, the audience has no clue. All they know is technical difficulties. But these technical difficulties can range from so many different things, And behind all of that, there's one guy sweating bullets, trying to figure out why all of this is happening. And that's the magic and the madness. And esports is built on the idea that the show must go on, no matter what's breaking behind the scenes. So we'll really talk about the MVPs, right? The people who don't touch a mouse or controller, well, technically, event managers, stage techs, observers, replay ops, production leads, social media managers, the invisible army that makes the magic happen. You think a highlight hits perfectly with the hype music and camera angle by accident? No, there's some guy in a dark room with 3 monitors, caffeine, vibes, and inshallah. And the truth is, esports wouldn't survive without these non-players, right? They wouldn't. They just wouldn't. And most of them don't even get the credit they deserve. That's why I'm here, to give them the credit. Because I fall into this category. You never see their faces on a player card. They're not the reason you're watching the actual show, and not a Discord screen share, and even casters. We're all part of that backstage grind. We're not just shouting play-by-plays. We're coordinating the live stream, stretching segments, sometimes literally filling airtime while production fixes something. I know how many times I've done this. Production will literally be my ear, be like, yeah, just keep it rolling. The show must keep on rolling, and I just have to make up, things, stats or something on the spot just to keep the show going. And, teamwork level that most people never really give us credit for. And then, here's where it gets real, right? The mental side of everything. Everyone talks about player pressure, all of that, competing for titles, prize pools, reputation, all of that good stuff. But imagine the pressure on the stage manager when 100,000 USD grand final goes dark mid-round, or a player's device crashes during a clutch moment, or caster fumbles a line, that ends up clipped up on social media within seconds. There's no restart button for that. It's all happening live, and everyone's human. But in esports, perfection is the expectation at this stage, and that's why burnout isn't just for players, production teams, broadcast crews, even the coaches. They all live on tight deadlines, long hours, and the fear of being the reason something went wrong. You think tilt exists in ranked? Try tilt when your overlay freezes in the 200k final. That's just absolutely diabolical. And something else we have to be honest about. Esports looks glamorous from the outside, but the grind is absolutely brutal. The most professional players, they live in boot camps. At least the ones that can afford boot camps, right? They live in boot camps. They play the same game 8 to 10 hours a day and barely see daylight. Analysts and coaches spend nights watching VODs. Organizers and production crews pull all-nighters to meet sponsor requirements. And when the event ends, no one's popping champagne. Everyone's either packing gear, uploading files, catching 4 a.m. flights. It's passion, but it is also exhaustion. As esports runs on adrenaline, caffeine, and the shared belief that this moment matters, and everything else that comes after that is just consequential. And here's the part that fans, rarely see, the human side. Behind every nickname is a real person. Behind every GG is a player who's been grinding for months to get one shot on stage, to get 1v4, to get 1v3, to do the 1v4, to do the 1v3, right? But you never see the moments where teams argue mid scream, a player cries after getting dropped, or a caster re-records a line like 20 times just to make it sound right. I know I'm guilty of this one, but these moments, they are the backbone of the industry, right? They are absolutely the backbone of the industry. They're the reason esports feels alive, because it's built by people who care too much to quit. So the next time you're watching, a major tournament, or you see a crisp overlay or the perfect camera switch or that hype moment, remember, there's a small army behind this, running on zero sleep, hoping you never notice them. Because if you didn't notice them, it means they did their job perfectly. This has been the Final Circle. And remember, what happens behind the stage stays behind the stage. Until next time, stay sharp, stay humble, and stay in the circle. See you on the next one.